Ladies and gentlemen, welcome so much to Mkenya Marekani. This is a platform where we educate you, we highlight people here in the US, Africans who are doing amazing, extraordinary. And today is no difference because we have my friend. This is a great guy. And we had to sit down because if we stood, it will be a knockoff. Yeah, I'm like namfikia kwa waist bana. Yeah, but it's because he's talented in football, and so he has the perfect height for that kind of sport. So without any further ado, I would like to introduce to us our guest today. Maybe your name?
Yep, Felix Kiama. Yeah, Wadirango. Yeah, it's nice to meet you all. Yes.
Are you excited today because we are celebrating you, bro?
Yes, I'm very excited, very blessed to be in the situation I am today. Yes.
Wow. Let me first of all see if it's recording. Oh yeah, we good. Okay. Are you excited today?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm blessed. I'm very blessed.
Wow, that's amazing. What are you graduating in?
I'm graduating at high school here, Washington State in the USA. Yes.
Wow, that's fantastic. You, how was it first of all? Were you born here in the US?
No, I was born in Kenya. I moved to North Carolina when I was 4 years old. Yes.
How has it been growing in the US?
It's been different. Trying to balance living, like a life at home when you're living very Kenyan speaking Swahili in the house. Then you go to American schools and you grow up and you're around African Americans, people of many different cultures. So it's been a very, very different experience. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Have you ever got maybe being bullied because maybe you didn't pronounce words correctly or stuff like that coming from Africa?
Yes, actually, when I was very young and I only spoke Swahili, I didn't speak any English. So when I was first coming here, it's a very big adjustment to change the accent, change my pronunciations. And so, yes, I was bullied at first in those early years. Yeah.
And how was it adjusting to now the new culture?
It was rough at first, but I think making new friends here will also help me get included into the friendships and the social ecosystem that's here in America. I think it helped me very much, yes.
I see. And you're also very sportish, bro.
Yes, I am. I played basketball and football at the past 5 years. Yeah.
How is being sportish kind of in school? What has it helped you?
It helped me make a bunch of friends, people who are very similar minded to play a lot of sports growing up. It helped me also get more involved in my school community because now I had a place where I was reaching out to people who I would never talk to if I wasn't for sports. So yes, it's very helped me get included.
Today, because you graduated from high school, football has really helped you to even go to the college you're going to. Please highlight about that a little bit.
So playing football, at first I got no attention from many colleges because I was not the best player. But I had to put a lot of hard work in, and after the past 2 years of playing high school, some schools started to notice me. So I've had schools like Western Oregon, Eastern Washington, Washington State, Oregon State, University of Idaho, the school I'm going to this next year. Saw me playing on Twitter, saw my highlights, and reached out to me. And from there, I made connections and got scholarships to play football. Yeah.
You got a scholarship to play football?
Yes, I have multiple scholarships. I have 6 scholarships to play football. So I chose the University of Idaho to go and pursue my civil engineering career.
Did you have to apply or they just scouted for you?
So I used the online platform called Twitter. I made my account, put my highlights, my school, all my information there. And I reached out by messaging coaches online. And from there, they looked at my film and became interested in me from there. Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic, bro. Sometimes parents, they force you to just be academic and no sports. How was it for you? Oh, my God. Where? From a short break. So, thank you. Welcome back. But they will not cut that part. So, having parents sometimes are very strict. No football, no music, no what? How has it been for you?
I remember in elementary school, my mom, she was saying no football. No, I wanted to play football so bad. She was like, no, you're not playing. Your concussions, injuries, it's too dangerous for you. But when I came here, I started playing basketball here for middle school. And a coach was able to convince my mom to let me play just 1 year of youth football. And then from there, through a lot of convincing, she eventually got used to me just playing. And so it was rough at first to convince her, but after she saw the benefits of me staying in shape, getting healthy, being active, being excited about something healthy for me, became very interested. Yeah.
There's something also because you are very grounded in spiritual matters. I don't know if it's because you are a pastor's kid.
That played a huge part. That being a pastor, my mom being a worshiper, growing up in a house like that really taught me to value God in everything I do. So every endeavor I have, I always put God first. You know, he leads the way, and I just walk in His path.
So, because the reason I'm asking this is because, especially being a footballer, people don't follow religion. How does that reconcile with your talent, especially with kids here in America? How I've heard you have a very positive influence, especially to the kids that you were around, hanging around with. How is that helping you?
So being a Christian, especially a pastor's kid, it became kind of like my trademark on the team. Like I wanted to include religion into more of our game because in that on the field anything can happen. And you need God to cover you and keep you safe and protect you from any injuries. So before the games, one thing I do is I pray for the whole team. We'd all gather around after our team dinner. We'd eat together. We'd break bread, and then after we'd all come around and just pray and fellowship before all of our games to kind of like not like to give us strength, not just physical but spiritual. So we go into this game, not just on our own strength, but with God walking with us. Yeah.
I find like having a talent becomes a discipline for you, and especially for football because there's so much pressure. You know that pressure to do drugs, pressure to do alcohol. People fall into alcoholism, especially your age. They become gangs. We've buried some few young people, 16, 13, Kenyans. What would you tell them?
I tell you, please find another way. Find a different way to have fun in this country. There's so many things you can do, so many opportunities you can have out here. Don't fall into this trap where you end up wasting your life or even losing your life, all for some foolishness. People like to join gangs or do drugs. They think it makes them look cool. They think it makes them look like tough, like real men or women. But it's not. All you're doing is harming yourself in the long run. If I say anything, just try a sport. Just baseball, basketball, swimming, whatever it may be, because it's something that you can fully fledge yourself to. It's gonna increase you. It's gonna build you up, not only physically but mentally. Because now you instead of doing these going clubbing, going drinking, smoking, all those things, when you build good habits in your youth, when you get something that you're very stuck to, very disciplined in, when you grow up, it translates to like how you apply yourself at a job. Because if you can go practice every day for 2 hours in the hot sun, when you go now to go work, you have the discipline, you have the mindset to stay dedicated in what you're doing. So please, find a passion, a hobby that's going to increase you, not one that's going to destroy you.
Wow, that's very deep, very deep. I have something that I want to ask also. Are you doing football alone, or is there something else you're mixing with that?
No, I'm just doing football in college, but I'm also studying civil engineering along with that. So that's a big part of my education. Yeah.
How do they combine? Because football takes your time. This one will also take a lot of your time to become what you want to become.
So I think for me, at least, I know it's going to be very hard. It's going to be a huge adjustment at first, but I'm praying that God, He'll give me strength to stay focused in my studies and also in my sports and academics. Because in college, when you go, especially here in America, at the high level, D1 level, they take care of you. They have you have mandatory study hours, mandatory office hours with tutors. So I think with my coaches and my team and God, I think I'll be fine. Yeah.
That's fantastic. How has your family supported you in this?
They've been a huge support for me. They've become very accustomed to me not being in the house a lot because I have workouts or team meetings or games. They've been very accommodating to my busy schedule. Also with academics, they've also made space for me to be an athlete, but also they've enforced school is a huge thing. And that's helped me a lot, especially them not letting me go to practice and also have good grades, straight A's. It's been a big part of me building myself, to have time management, to be able to be efficient in everything I'm doing. So I thank them so much.
Wow. So what I'm understanding is even if you're talented, you need the discipline. You need to keep time. You need to perform well in class. To get A's, you cannot get D's and you want to be a footballer.
Actually, grades was a huge part of my recruiting for colleges because they saw that, of course, there's kids who have talent, who are big, who are strong, who are fast. Most of them aren't dedicated in the classroom. They have poor grades. And in college, if your grades aren't good, you can't play sports. You legally aren't allowed to play. To me, having a higher grade point average of a 4.0 has helped them to see, oh, this guy can be someone who can come here. he can work hard, be consistent. So I think that's a major part in sports. Grades come along, just they're two into student athletes.
What would you advise a young man, especially Kenyan, because we think football is not our thing. We know football ni ya mguu, hii ingine ni handball. Yeah. What would you tell them, especially our people from home, man?
I say, don't limit yourself. Even not just football, in any sport. We can do anything you put our mind to. Like me, I was not built like a big, strong football player when I first started. I had to put the hours in the weight room and in my diet to get to this size, to get to this strength. And I say, if you want to do it, you go and push yourself to do it. Go put the time in, put the research, look what you need to do, and grow. And always walk with God, because with God, anything is possible. Anything is possible.
I've always wanted to ask you, because I know you are tall, but what number do you wear?
I wear a size 16 shoe. Yeah.
Bro, what size is that?
Hey, guy, it's where is it in Kenya?
So how much is it? Do you buy them in a shop, any shop, or?
I usually have to custom order them online to have them delivered to my house, because the most stores only carry past like size 13. That's where they.
Wait. And how much, for instance, is one shoes? Just approximate.
Like $200-300, depending if you like dress shoes or sneakers. That's like a.
Ndugu. So if you want your kids to be footballers, you have to get ready also. Yeah. So like, does height matter or in football, or you can be short?
You can be short, because in football there's many different positions. Like I'm a lineman, so we're the biggest guys in the field. So of course they want you to be tall and big and strong. But if you want to be like a running back, you can be as short as like 5'3", 5'6", and you can go play Division 1 level. And so yeah, height you can play anywhere on the football field. Yeah.
So we should be watching for this space. Soon you'll be playing NFL.
If God wills it, I'll be there. Yeah. I'll push as far as I can go. Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's very fantastic. We're happy to have met you. Before I continue, there is a big issue with mental health, especially with the young people, and it doesn't have an age. So how do you overcome it? What do you tell young people your age?
I think one thing that's mental health has really impacted our youth. It's because we've become so stagnant in the fact that you see youth these days, they don't have direction, they don't have purpose. They don't go to church, they don't participate in anything that's going to build them up spiritually or mentally. So I say one thing that really helped me was not only just being in church, but also being involved in the church. Finding a place where you can be, like for me, I'm involved in the tech bench and the hospitality team. If you can just find somewhere where you maybe just play the drums here or you usher a little bit, it's going to help you now, because now you find identity in the church. You find how you're going to touch other people's lives. Because when you're just living, going home, going to work, going to school, you don't have anything to actually to build yourself now. To be like, oh, I'm part of this community. I'm doing something. So find something you can identify with, whether that be you're an athlete, whether that be you're a minister or praise and worshiper. Find something you can identify in the church, because that will actually help you now build a direction in God. Because from there, He gives you a path so you can walk now. Once you start that path, let's say you start being a worshiper, a preacher, He now gives you a path. You can walk this path now with God. Yeah. So that's
Wow. Do you have a problem? Because sometimes even the youths, the young people, we say to come to our churches, especially Kenyan churches, they find it's too Kenyan. It's too Kenyan and it's too local. How can you advise pastors? Because you're a pastor's kid. How can you advise pastors to cooperate young people? Because I think that throws them away. How can pastors bring in more young people? Yeah,
in the church. One thing that I'd say is huge is encourage youth ministry. So most Kenyan churches have a youth group. Let's let them have their small meetings every now and then, give them each Sunday every 2 months. Actually invest in their endeavors. If they want to go have a park day, or they want to go invite youth who are outside the church and bring them and just barbecue and just have fun and talk, support them, endorse them, because from there you say, oh, they care about us. It's not just about the women and men fellowship. They're willing to also invest in our endeavors, invest in our activities and our events, right? Maybe you have a youth arrival night. People just come, you have praise and worship, some little snacks. You just praise and worship and you preach to the youth. You don't preach with the the 𝐜𝐴𝐤𝐢𝐳 tribal. No, you let them fellowship together. So please make time for them to have their own meetings, their own spaces where they can be open, without judgment and without people trying to enforce tradition and culture on them. Let them just fellowship the way they want to fellowship. Because then when they feel welcome now, they feel more open. So you like let's say you don't like how they are dressing, how the people are these days are sagging and everything. Once you show that, hey, we care about you, we're willing to invest in you, invest in your futures, then I think, oh, these are people I can trust. I can listen to their advice because they want what's best for me, right? They'll become more open-minded to you and your suggestions. So yes, please just support them.
Wow, that's profound, bro. Do you feel too Kenyan or too American?
I feel like I'm a mix of both, because I've grown up on both sides of the fence. I've seen.
Which side do you feel more comfortable?
Of course, I feel comfortable with my Kenyan side. You know, it's my home. All my family and everyone, like, we're Kenyan through and through.
What about the food?
The food, you see me this size now. You know I love the food. Yeah. What's a place in my heart? Yes, yes.
That's amazing. Would you like to maybe go back home and teach kids their football and stuff like that?
That's actually one of my goals. When I finish my school and I have a career, I can go back home and start a program where, like, not just football but other sports like baseball and things that aren't as popular in Kenya, because those can create major pathways for people to come to America. People struggle with visas, people struggle with immigration over to different countries. But one thing that people have not tapped into is sports, because we have so many athletes who are gifted in Kenya who just don't have the chance to actually expose themselves, actually to indulge in their gifts that God has given them. So I think I want to go back home and invest in those people who are underknown, who are not recognized. Yeah.
So guys, Maze, don't just think about broti maguta and just buying land and land. Think about investing in the young people. Even back home, we have young people who are talented. Think about those people as well. What is your parting shot?
My parting shot is, whatever you do it with God. I would not be sitting in this seat here with this wonderful man Gary interviewing me if it was not for God. He made a way for me. All I could do was walk in it. Yeah. So
Thank you so much. If you have a story, come share with us in Mkenya Marekani. And God bless you. If you have a business, anything you want to advertise, talk to us. And we want to inspire this generation. We want to tell our own story. We will not be waiting for other people to tell our own stories. We can always tell our own story because we know it the best. This is Africa, and Africa is our business. Thank you, Brother Felix. God bless you.